The Argentinian great Martinez.
सही गोलकीपर है यार. I think he is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League right now over Alisson.
Martinez is just a shit house, man. I don't know. Something's उसके दिमाग में he has true psychological issues. कुछ तो है.
वेलकम टू अ न्यू एपिसोड ऑफ देसी फुटबॉल बैंटर गाइस. आज हम लोग के साथ हैं एसपी, किशोर भाई एंड अरमान. आज हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं विला. मिस्टर उनाई एमरी, गुड इवनिंग. गुड इवनिंग. गुड इवनिंग.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
क्या वो सीटीवीटी को हरा दे रहा है, आर्सेनल को हरा दे रहा है? क्या होम मैच में हार नहीं रहे हैं?
वहाँ 3 दिन आर्सेनल प्लेयर्स को अरमान ले रहा है अपने एसपीएल में.
हाँ.
और जो कट रहे फिर.
Hey, don't expose me like that, man. Hey. They don't need to know
Before
that.
we quickly begin, Kishore bhai has to say something.
We had an incident yesterday on the football field. The player name is Lockyer,
Yeah.
right? It's a medical condition. We just want to say our heart goes out to the family members, and we're wishing a speedy recovery for him, and we want to see him back on the field. And bring delight to everybody, to their family, fans, and also all of us here at the Desi Football Banter, wishing a speedy recovery.
थैंक्स किशोर भाई फॉर दैट. क्या लगता है आप लोग को, मतलब इज विला इन द टाइटल रेस या टॉप 4 कंटेंडर्स या
Yeah, definitely.
ये खाली हवा है, खाली ऐसे मतलब जस्ट अ फेज लाइक अ साइन ग्राफ? अभी ये भी ऊपर वाला जब में जा रहा है.
I think it can be two extremes. Either they're going to be the Premier League winners, or they're going to sit at number 6 at the end of the season. ये वो लेस्टर वाला traces भी दिखा रहे हैं. They are showing the traces of Leicester, where you underplayed, you never thought they can do it, and they kept on winning, and I think they are reaching that phase where winning is more the probability than drawing a game or losing when it's Villa on field. So वो Leicester वाला traces है, but if I think January 1st या second week तक, I think if we assess them and if they are there, top 2, top 3, I think you can see a surprise.
लेस्टर बोल रहे हो, विला इज इन यूरोप. उनका
Yeah,
प्रोग्रेस मतलब ऐसा है, ऐसा सडन ऐसा राइज नहीं है लाइक हाउ लेस्टर डिड इट.
They were not even in top 6, right? I mean, top 4.
नहीं, बट टॉप
Ever, right?
बट 7 कौन? विला
हाँ, top 7 में थे.
नहीं थे.
Top seven.
विला हिस्टोरिकली दे हैव डन वेल. दे हैव वन टाइटल्स एज वेल. आई थिंक इंग्लिश टाइटल्स उन्होंने
Yes,
पहले
so-
जीता हुआ है. एंड अंडर मार्टिन ओनील, इफ यू रिमेंबर प्लेयर्स दे हैड लाइक गैरेथ बैरी, एशली यंग था तभी.
Yeah.
एशली यंग को वो लोग परचेस किए थे फ्रॉम वैटफोर्ड. जेम्स मिलर को भी लिए थे तभी फ्रॉम न्यूकैसल से लिए थे. स्टीलियन पेट्रोव उनका कैप्टन था. वो वाला टीम ना, दे वर चैलेंजिंग फॉर टॉप 4 वो टाइम पे. हिस्टोरिकली इट्स अ वेरी
Yeah, it is.
big club, and last year they finished very strongly under Unai Emery, and इस बार तो बोल रहे हैं कि लोग वो कॉन्फ्रेंस लीग भी मतलब के लिए फेवरेट्स हैं.
They also look, and I watched their matches in Europe also, they looked very, very good on the field. They look more likely the winners there as well. So I think they have a good chance. I think this is going to be a visual treat for their fans this year, provided they continue on the same front, because it's not easy. Most important thing, they are in number 3 right now, and I think if they win tonight against Brentford, they're going to be number 2.
एंड क्या सॉलिड
The
होम
next-
फॉर्म है उनका यार. मतलब लास्ट
Yeah, yeah.
15 होम गेम विंस ऑन द ट्रॉट. एंड जैक ग्रिलिश तो सोच रहा होगा कि अरे भाई कहाँ आ गया मैं, सिटी विटी में कुछ कर नहीं पा रहा हूँ, पैलेस के अगेंस्ट ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ. मैं अपने विला में होता तो कितना अच्छा रहता. एंड एफपीएल में तो ओली वॉटकिंस, मैटी कैश, डॉगलस लुइस, काफी जनों के टीम्स में वो है. ही हैज द पोटेंशियल टू बी अ वर्ल्ड क्लास स्ट्राइकर, नो? ओली वॉटकिंस इज अ बॉयवुड आर्सेनल फैन. मैं चाहता हूँ आर्सेनल उसको खरीदे इंस्टेड ऑफ आइवन टोनी वनी, बट वो लोग नहीं लेंगे उसको. यू डू वेल एट अ टॉप क्लब लाइक मे बी एट यूनाइटेड, हु डेस्परेटली नीड अ scoring striker.
He's not the Superman, Batman wala category at the moment. I think he's the Shaktiman wala thing.
You can have this.
He's doing what is required from his club, and I think he's
Yes.
doing really well.
Yes.
Shaktiman comes to the rescue of their people. Likewise, he's coming to the rescue of the team every time there is a requirement for a goal. So I think that is the subtle difference I can think, but he is very, very effective. Many times I've seen him miss open chances. Not a prolific scorer, but I think he gets the job done. I think that's why I'm saying the Shaktiman and Superman wala thing.
राइज
But
कर रहा है
yeah,
वो
he-
धीरे धीरे. हाँ, वो उठ रहा है धीरे धीरे.
he's getting it.
दिस
Yeah.
बैंगिंग इन गोल्स. लास्ट सीजन भी मतलब अच्छा खासा रिटर्न्स उसका था
Was decent.
स्टैट्स वाइज.
Yeah, he was good.
अच्छे अच्छे प्लेयर्स खरीदा यार विला. डिएगो कार्लोस खरीदा, पाउ टोरेस खरीदा, मोरेनो,
Yeah.
Diaby, Bailey.
Yeah, that guy is really good.
वो
I
भी
like
अच्छा
that
है
guy.
यार. They got in Zaniolo on loan, Nicholas
Yeah.
Zaniolo. वो भी बहुत सही प्लेयर है यार. McGinn तो उनका अच्छा खेलता ही है. डगलस लुइस भी
Yeah.
काफी अच्छा कर रहा है.
How do you forget the Argentinian great Martinez?
सही
Yeah.
गोलकीपर है यार. I think he is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League right now over Alisson. उसने ना कुछ कोर्स जाके कर लिया है. ठीक है. उसमें कुछ तो माता वाता आ गया उसमें. थेरेपी कुछ कहीं पे ज्वाइन करके ना he has brought out that extrovert वाला side.
Yeah, वो inhibitions नहीं है. I think he's a
He has
very
shed
good
it. He has completely shed it like a snake.
What also adds is that he's a World Cup winner now.
Yes.
I think वो वाला now I think he's reached a stage where he thinks he doesn't have to prove anything to anybody right
Exactly.
now. I think that's a good phase to be.
Yeah.
Where you think you already
Nothing
done
to
it. Now,
lose.
क्या? You miss one goal, अच्छा, I'll score another one, big deal. So वो वाला situation is a good situation to be, and I think he's doing well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, you're talking about Martinez really well right now. It's because his team is doing well. So
Yeah, I would say Martinez is world class. He deserves to play in a Champions League वाला team है. बहुत लोग बोलते हैं कि नहीं ये विला के लिए ठीक है, but ऐसा नहीं है.
SP, and I think that's why he moved out of Arsenal, I guess.
He won the FA Cup and the Community Shield with us. And
Yeah, I'm just
उसको-
pulling it like this.
Yeah, and वो जब गया मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगा. I wanted to keep him. मिकेल वो पता नहीं क्या करता रहता है वो गोलकीपर में. मिकेल was like कि नहीं मेरे को लेनो नंबर 1 है, तू नंबर 2 है. तो उसको बेच दिया. ठीक है. Then लेनो को भी बेच दिया. All because to bring in Raya. That also he had to go through Ramsdale. बेचारे का confidence अभी मतलब कहाँ से कहाँ हो गया है. इसके लिए मैं मिकेल को blame करता हूँ यार. Martinez could have had a very good second half of his career at Arsenal. But again, then it was Arsenal only जो कि उसको टाइम नहीं दिया. तो मेरे लिए विला लोग अगर बोलेंगे कि they are title contenders like how Pep said in his press conference that day. Pep जब भी हारता है वो कुछ ना कुछ जाके अनशन बोलता है ना.
Sometimes he speaks gibberish and all, but he has a point there. I think what he's seeing Villa doing on field, some of the big teams are doing it at the moment. All right, the Chelseas, the Man U's are not doing it on field, and what Villa is getting it right from a strategy perspective, from probably their defensive perspective, and also scoring goals, which some of them are not doing it in the key matches. I think that is what he's trying to say. Though maybe he might be a little sarcastic, but when he's even thinking, Villa has come to his mind. So please understand, he could have told it about any other club, but not Villa. So Villa is doing really something well, and that's what they're doing it right now. So 3 weeks, I think we're 3 or 4 weeks early doing this segment. But if you have to predict where Aston Villa is going to end, like I said, I'm going to stick to my statements.
Europa.
Either number 1 or number 6. Is बीच में नहीं आएंगे, according to me. Either they're going to excel really well, that nobody's going to touch. I think Liverpool might just chase them. Otherwise, number 6, where others tell them, well, listen, that was a flash in the pan. We are the real players. We are going to come up. Newcastle's and hopefully United's and other teams would Spurs. How can I forget Spurs? Yeah, Spurs also slowly coming up and pushing these guys to number 6.
The last team to beat Villa at home was Arsenal last year, 4-2. 4-2 wala win. Arsenal big up here. When Villa defeated City, after that they defeated Arsenal. That was Unai Emery's first win against Pep in over 20 or 30 meetings. वो City वाला game ना, they completely outplayed them. Completely outplayed them. Against Arsenal, we completely gave the win. कि भाई हम लोग गोल नहीं मार पा रहे हैं, तू एक गोल मार लिया तो तू जीत जा करके. I watched the complete match का replay.
Right.
Apart from the first 8 to 10 minutes where Haaland made a couple of efforts on goal. उसके बाद से तो वो लोग खेल ही नहीं पाए यार. मतलब मैं ऐसा पेप का टीम को कभी खेलते हुए कभी देखा नहीं.
No, you're right. I think just looking at the stats, Aston Villa shots 22, City 2.
See?
Shots on goal, Villa 7, City 2.
See? Credit to Unai. He has completely transformed this Villa side.
I watched it and actually I was like trying to analyze after they won the match also against Arsenal, right? I was trying to see what are they doing different, which like no other team has been able to do. They've not beaten.
They can't beat City and Arsenal. Yeah.
Exactly, and that also in like 2 weeks' time. Arsenal, I felt, could not convert some chances. Otherwise, that game, like while they outplayed City, I will not say like in the second half I could observe that City were not even coming close to scoring again or creating anything other than Bernardo Silva. But Arsenal, I feel, gave up chances. They had chances to go in front, converted. Like I think other than Havertz, that goal which is contention.
Handball wala.
It went, yeah. And that was a very close handball, by the way. I did not feel it was a handball, but that happened against Arsenal. Arsenal missed the chance to win, but
Yeah.
against City, I think Martinez turned into like his old World Cup form, where he didn't let anything go in. Even against Arsenal, I think he made really good saves. So this is what has brought about this sudden change is that they have Emi Martinez rising up while the rest of the team also is, as soon as they realize he's made a great save, they're attacking. But if we move away from the game, right, just to say that okay, right now because that fortress Villa Park is not being able to be breached, are they the Leicester City? Then there are just two things to watch. Ki, see, when Leicester City were Leicester City, right? Are Aston Villa playing as well or better? Yes, they are playing as well, and in some cases even better than Leicester City at this point. But will they win the league? Are they a league title contender now? Not
Too
now,
soon. Too
because
soon to say.
that season, if you see the other teams' forms. That
But
season when Leicester City won, that was I think Guardiola's first or second year, I don't remember. But he was not the Guardiola that he is right now. So City were not completely on top. Same thing for Liverpool as well.
सारे टीम्स ने
Spurs,
ड्रॉप किया था बेसिकली. हाँ.
it was a bad season for most cities at most
Most
teams at that
clubs.
time.
Yes, yes.
Which is not the case this year. This year Liverpool are, you can see the resurgent nature in their form. Arteta also has not let go of what he did last season. So and Spurs are on this win streak which was stopped, and again their whole team coming back to 100% health.
Yeah.
They're all back. So in the beginning I had not put Aston Villa on top four. Right now I would say कि they are contesting for top four. But other than that, we have to wait.
अरमान तेरे को क्या लगता है टॉप 4 कंटेंडर्स या पर्स या न्यूकैसल स्टिल होल्ड द एज ओवर विला?
I think Villa will finish fifth this season. I don't think they can get top four.
Okay.
Only because I think this is just a patch they're having. First of all, the games they've played so far, last five, all have been at home. Home is their strong suit, and then whenever they've played away, the last defeat was Nottingham Forest. They lost 2-0 to them at home. Then again, against Bournemouth, they drew 2-2. So their away form is kind of shambolic.
एंड वो न्यूकैसल
So
का
now-
जो फर्स्ट डे ऑफ द गेम वाला जो था 5-0 वो भी था.
But that's Newcastle again being Newcastle.
Yeah.
They're good at home, they're bad away.
Yeah.
So it's again the same thing. If you want to win the league or you want to finish in the top spots, you've got to be good away as well as home.
True.
They're just good at home, but away they're not that good. Especially the thing about Villa this season is the player that's actually carrying them this season is Leon Bailey. He was not there for the past 2 seasons. This
Injuries.
season, injuries of course, but this season. I'm looking at him as a player. He's back to his Leverkusen. When he was at Leverkusen, he was playing his best football. He's playing the same way he is now. The midfield of McGinn, Luis, Kamara, and those three. Those three are basically running the show. Against Arsenal, I saw that game and I noticed that Douglas Luiz wasn't at his best, but his teammates like McGinn, he was playing spectacular. Even Kamara, he was dominating players like Odegaard and we say Rice. He was winning the 50-50s over there. So if they want to maintain this, those guys need to keep this for
Week
till
in, week out,
January and
yeah.
then after week in week out basically.
Yeah.
But their defense is again an issue. Diego Carlos, he 2 games he should have been sent off. That elbow which I saw against Arsenal, that's a red. That should have been a
मेरे
red.
को वो ओवरहाइप लगता है बहुत डिएगो कार्लोस.
Diego Carlos, he's got errors in him, and he's petulant as well. Like he doesn't keep his head in the game. There's no discipline.
Yeah.
He can throw out elbows. He can get easily pissed off and easily get red. And again, looking at their fullbacks, Digne, Konsa, defensively, Konsa is strong. Digne is not that strong. So they do have weak points. It's only that again, you guys were saying that the City game they completely dominated. Let's not forget that City didn't have their best player this season, Rodri. And that's one of the reasons.
But still, it's a treble-winning team. Pep का टीम है ऊपर से. तो we had never actually seen Pep का team getting that, मतलब इतना खराब खेलते हुए हम लोग कभी देखे नहीं. तो that was a bit
That's
of
the effects of losing Mahrez, Rodri, and Gundogan.
Fair enough.
Not these three not being in the team. And Stones just coming back in from a long-term injury, as well as Rico Lewis, who's completely inexperienced.
कभी-कभी लगता है ना जो पेप ज्यादा दिमाग लगाता है ना कि मैं स्टोन्स, अकांजी इन सबको खिलाऊंगा सीडीएम रोल में, ठीक है, वो कर लेंगे. वो मेरे को इतना सही लगा उस दिन ना, मतलब बढ़िया है भाई, तेरे पास अच्छे प्लेयर्स हैं. यू हैव कोवाचिच है, यू हैव नूनेस, यू हैव कैल्विन फिलिप्स. इन लोगों को नहीं खिलाएगा, मैं स्टोन्स को सेंटर बैक से मैं सीडीएम खिलाऊंगा, ठीक है, मैं नेथन एकर को विंगर खिलाऊंगा, मैं गार्डियोल को खिलाऊंगा अप टॉप। क्या बकचोदी है यार, खिलाना अपने अपने प्लेयर्स को इन देयर पोजीशंस।
हम मालूम है तेरे बाप को मत सिखा, चल।
What Pepper's trying is when you don't have your regular players, right? You somehow have to make best with what your existing players are, and when they come back from injuries and all, is the time where you feel ki, hey, will they also set in different positions?
नहीं,
And
but
that's what he tried.
नहीं, but he got back Kovacic in the second half ना, तो he saw it was not working.
You don't know what works till you try it out. Kovacic has played and gotten chances, but he's just not played the way he, even how he was playing for Chelsea ना, वो वैसे भी नहीं
He's
खेल
not
रहा
there.
है.
He's not very effective.
Yeah.
He's just like a player in the park. That's it. Nothing else.
But he would do a better job than Akanji at said CDM ना, तो मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि उससे इतना खराब खेल रहा है क्या? Question to you: Who do you say is the best player at Villa across all positions?
It's Leon Bailey. This season, it's been Leon Bailey and Ollie Watkins. Martinez is just a shit house, man. I don't know. Something's उसके दिमाग में he has true psychological issues. कुछ तो है.
I'm pumped, you know. It's something I can't control myself sometimes.
They're not great. They're not the best in the business right now, but they're getting things done at the moment. Okay. And I was just looking at their next set of games. Trust me, till February, they don't have a tough game, dude. It's an easy cakewalk for Villa.
Today is the real test. Brentford away. Brentford are a good team at home.
Yeah,
And
Brentford are a good team.
Aston Villa are a shit team away from home. So we'll see if they're really about it. If they win today, then I will consider them in the top four. Otherwise, I think they're just pretenders.
Till 31st Jan, barring a United team, hopefully, and that too, they are playing United. They're playing at Old Trafford, so that could be one challenging game. Apart from that challenge, and they don't even have to bring in their A game. 31st, ko agar they are in top two, I think they are serious contenders for a title.
I think
If they don't do it, then like Arman say, he said top 4, top 5. I'm saying top 6.
तो किशोर भाई बोल रहे हैं 6 या फिर फर्स्ट, वो तो कभी होने वाला है नहीं। किशोर भाई पता नहीं आज कुछ दूसरे टेंजेंट में है, पूरा एक्सट्रीम से एक्सट्रीम बोल रहे हैं। फर्स्ट कैसे मिला, फर्स्ट कहाँ से फिनिश कर लेगा फर्स्ट, आप बोल रहे हो, ठीक है। 6 आप बोल रहे हो, 6 अरमान बोल रहा है 5th, एसपी तू क्या बोल रहा है?
5th or 4th.
5th or 4th, ओके।
मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि it's gonna end up at 6.
अरमान वेरी क्विकली, तू अगर बोल रहा है 5th या 4th, अगर 4th फिनिश कर लिए बाय चांस, तो हु इज द वन टू मिस आउट?
Let me see. So I think
Harry Kane.
we're finishing third this season.
Big Ange!
We're finishing third this
Big
season.
Ange is gonna be the
Big
loser.
Ange is going to be the one.
So if they finish 4th, and it has to be Man City.
Man City?
City will miss out.
ए तो क्या फूंक रहा है? ये कल पार्टी गया है अपने कॉलेज।
I had to say something scandalous, man.
ये कल अपने कॉलेज लॉन्डो के साथ गया है पार्टी करने, ठीक है, कुछ फूंक फांक के आया है, उसका हैंगओवर अब तक उतरा नहीं है।
Come on, I was joking, man. It's of course us. I didn't want to say Tottenham.
Okay, do let us know in
they win.
comments कि आपको क्या लगता है कि विला कहाँ फिनिश करने वाला है, and we will see you soon in the next video. तब तक के लिए take care guys, bye, cheers.
Cheers, bye for now, guys.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, bye.
अच्छा, bye.